Duxbury is home to a grassroots organization called the Parent Connection. Made up of parents and teachers, this group is committed to providing programs and resources to help foster connections among children, parents, and teachers. This month, they held a presentation called What Are We Supposed to Eat? PACTV Community News attended and met some of the organizers from the group.
I think we started out thinking, too, that we would just address issues about how we could positively discipline our children, how we could work on their self-esteem, how could we raise families with happy kids. I think that was our simple mission. Yep. And certainly as we have evolved over the last 8 years, there have been so many challenging topics and issues, I think, that are driven by the internet that we've been able to tackle. We've had schools come to us, we've had parents come to us, community members come to us with issues that they say, could you bring in some experts to give us some guidance, some advice on how to work with families. I mean, some of the topics that we've tackled, we did a program on bullying and cyberbullying. We've done programs on drugs and alcohol and what's happening, another important topic. So I think all of that access, social media, some of the technology, how much technology is good for your kids, have driven a lot of where we've taken our programming. Well, we found with nutrition that there were so many different perspectives. It was a difficult challenge for us to find one. So we have done in the past a couple of panels and thought that this might be a really good fit for a panel. We had some people who were very interested in how you fuel bodies for sports. Duxbury is a very, very athletic town, and we had folks who were specifically interested in that. So we decided to look for a speaker who could address those particular nutritional needs. We also found out from the schools and from some of the people in the community that eating disorders are actually on the rise, both with boys and girls, and it's something that is a problem, and it's sometimes hard to identify, and kids try and mask it. So we thought, well, boy, that's really something that we could look to bring in a speaker as well.
The only other thing I would say about the Parent Connection is we try to do everything we do with a little bit of humor.
Yes.
Just keep it light. We know parenting is one of the most difficult jobs there is, but unless you can kind of laugh at yourself once in a while and not take it so seriously, it can be a really hard job. So
and we look for speakers who can bring some of that with them as well.
It's both the message and the messenger, you know, and we want to make sure they both line up.
So what to eat? Why do we get so confused about what it is that we're supposed to eat, especially in this country when it seems that so many other countries have such tradition with food? We have a hard time with tradition with food because we were the melting pot of the world, and all of the different cultures came together and added their bits and pieces to our whole culinary culture. But one of the main reasons that we have a hard time deciding what it is that we should eat is because the USDA has tried for 70 years to help us choose wisely. The result has been confusion. The USDA is charged with more than one thing. They are also responsible for all the agribusiness in the United States. I'm not down on the USDA in any way, I'm just letting you kind of think about it yourself.